All right.
Well, good morning. 1.4 miles in. Started early for us, 6:20 in the morning. That's doing pretty good for us to get out of bed and get moving. It's really cool. Thermometer said it got down to 62 last night, which was so nice.
Yay!
And so we're heading to Pine Grove Furnace State Park. It's 10 miles away. It's where they do the half-gallon challenge. We'll talk about more of that later, I'm sure. And then we're going to try and push on, see how we feel today. If we're lucky, we might even get about 17 miles in today. We think we're crack the code maybe with this hiking for 4 or 5 miles and rest, and hike for 4 or 5 miles and rest. And
Yeah, especially when the rest today might be ice cream, and I think they have a grill there. So maybe
a light resupply as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk about when we get there. I don't know if there's any sites per se, no landmarks, no anything that I'm aware of in the way. No uninhabited tombs or Civil War battle sites, unfortunately. But a beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be blue skies. All the rain that they had in the forecast seems to have kind of poofed out.
For now.
And so let's go.
Every time they say no rain, we do get showers.
Yeah, that's okay.
But
Showers are fine.
Yep.
We're going to be wet anyway. So let's get hiking.
All right.
We just came through the woods and we just came across the halfway point to Katahdin. This is it for 2018, it says.
It's about 3 miles longer on the trail now, 2193, 2 miles longer. So we're just shy of the halfway point for this year, if we had hiked the whole thing, which we haven't.
And then there's a little register box. Notes. Looks like notes. Cool. So for those who started in Georgia and never got off the trail or skipped, this is close to a halfway point.
Pretty much.
Neat. So far the trail has been really good to us. It's nice. Cool weather, easy terrain. This area has recently been cleared. Well, I think over the last 3 years, they say. And gives us an opportunity to look out for blackberry and blueberry bushes along the way. But some of these areas, I think they're still fairly green. Turnoff. We just came to a turnoff for Michener Cabin. It's a half mile down that way. But we're not going to go that way. We're going to take the AT, which is over here. We just came across this stream and we got some water to filter. Beautiful, very, very clear water. Shelter's supposed to be just over here. So we're going to take a break, put our feet up, have something to eat and drink. And then I think we have 3 miles left to go to the Pine Furnace State Park. I think that's what it's called. I'll correct it if I hear something different. Let's see, where are we going? Looks like they got a little pavilion over here. Oh, cool. And they've got like maybe it's an old chimney from a homesteader. Oh, sure. I've killed myself at that stream. And then they've got this nice little thing I could have got water at. Oh, that's beautiful going in there into the moss.
That is just beautiful. Let's see what else they got over here. So, yeah, this looks like a old fireplace from a homestead, maybe. You can see the dirt has been mounded up against that fireplace, but I found them. Got a bear pole right here. Very nice. I'm noticing Pennsylvania does a really good job with their shelters. And oh, here's a tent pad. But I saw tents back in the forest. If you want to go in there. Here's that pavilion with a picnic bench. Oh my goodness. This is called Tom's Run. And I see some nice chairs to relax on. Looks like they got a lot of firewood around here. Have some trees down, and I guess if you have an axe or something, you can certainly have a fire pit. Oh, look at that fire pit. Nice fire pit. I'm not sure what that is over there that they're building, but
I'm not sure.
looks like a shed or something. I don't know. But
No clue.
here's Paul.
Texting our daughter.
Oh, good. Didn't have coverage last night at the shelter, so we always like to check in, let her know where we're at. So let's go step back a bit. So here's the shelter. I think it could sleep probably 4. And then, oh cute, they made some little steps to get into it. Sometimes it's kind of high to step up into this. But yeah, there's someone put a calendar in here. It's cute. Looks pretty clean. We're not staying here for long. We're just stopping, like I mentioned, to eat and drink.
It's 6.2 miles in about 2 hours.
So we were doing about a 3.1 miles per hour.
Yeah.
It's amazing what food motivates your wife to get moving.
And the terrain's been nice.
And the train's been good, and it's been cool weather. I hike better in cold weather. Not really cold, but cool weather. Anyway, oh, there's a lot of picnic benches down this way. Wow, this is a nice spot.
3.7 down to the store.
We got 3.7 miles to go.
And 11 to the shelter.
All right, pretty good. I'll get some food in me now.
Beautiful morning. Couldn't have asked for better. This has been really nice.
Perfect.
Nice and cool. Humidity's dropped.
Wife is happy.
Wife's happy. About time.
We just left that shelter and we came across a mailbox in the middle of the forest.
Another one of those halfway.
Oh, okay. This is another halfway marker. I've seen this one on other YouTube videos. Supposedly 1090.5 to Georgia and 1090.5 to Mount Katahdin. All right. I think we'll go that way. We're about 2 miles away from the store. We're gonna have some lunch. We came across this beautiful stream and it looks like a fairly new bridge.
Yep. Loads in water.
I just came out of the forest and I think we've got a little road walk. Yep, I think some white blazes down here. And this is supposed to take us to an AT museum as well as the store. And across the street, and it looks like the Pine Grove Furnace General Store is this way. So we're entering the state park. I think Paul's hungry. He's leading the charge. Wow, look at this mansion on the hill. I believe this is a hostel that you can stay at. And then there are campgrounds, it looks like, over to the right. Looks like they've got, some reenactment activities going on this weekend since it is 4th of July. Oh, cool. We'll have to see what's going on. Well, we're approaching the general store. This is the home of the half-gallon challenge, and Paul will tell you all about it soon. Let's go ahead and get some lunch. Here's the ice cream, ready for the half-gallon challenge.
Apparently they're trying to get rid of invasive species. This is very nice. Still Pine Grove Pine Grove Furnace State Park. Walk down to the bathroom and I see this, which I'm guessing is the furnace. That's part of the Pine Grove Furnace. Some little historical signs down here. I'll take a picture of them and see what they say. Sign's almost illegible. Something about the iron making process was well known, and coal blast furnaces built in the 18th and 19th century America mimic designs first used 400 years earlier. Thick stone furnace shaped like a flat top pyramid served as a place of transformation where minerals became metal. So they pour stuff into the top, down into the furnace. Fillers dumped alternating layers of charcoal, fuel, iron ore, and limestone flux into the top of the furnace. As the charcoal burned, air forced into the furnace from the outside raised the temperatures to 2,600 to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit, creating several byproducts. Carbon gases escaped up the furnace stack, molten iron sank to the bottom, and impurities called slag floated on the liquefied metal. Workers drew off the useless slag, and guttermen channeled the iron into connected castings called pigs. As this cutaway drawing on the left shows something, can't read. Yeah, some of that's just, it's not very legible, but it has a diagram showing the different parts of this furnace. I'm betting they rebuilt some of it. That is looking pretty clean. I don't know what this is. There's no caption on it. I was thinking it was maybe a historical photo, but I'm not picking out where this furnace would be. Looks like a lot of slag. The workers' pyramid took hundreds of workers to produce iron, although only a few actually worked at the furnace. Fillers dumped carts of ore, charcoal, and limestone into the seething tunnel head. Founder, assisted by keeper, ordered ingredients, determined the amount of air to be blasted into the furnace, and decided when to draw off the iron, usually every 12 hours. Guttermen directed molten iron into channels hoed into the sandy cast house floor. Some furnaces employed molders to make castings for iron stoves and utensils. Away from the furnace, wood choppers harvested wood necessary for the colliers to make charcoal. Miners dug iron ore. Teamsters hauled wagons of wood, charcoal, iron ore, and pig iron. Bookkeeper kept the company accounts, and a host of laborers and their families completed the unskilled jobs that kept both furnace and nearby village operating. And an iron master like Colonel John A. Wright, owner of Greenwood Furnace, shown here, sat atop a pyramid of labor that reflected the skill, income, and social standing of a furnace's sizable workforce. Greenwood employed over 250. So at the top of that was the founder, below that keepers, then molders, guttermen, teamsters, miners, laborers, and at the bottom is colliers and wood choppers.
We just arrived at the James Fry shelter, and right now we are looking for water. Supposedly there's a spring that way, so Paul's gone off hunting. The only thing is they've mentioned that in June, July, August, the water could be very unreliable here. So before we set up tent, we're going to see if we can find some water. Otherwise, we might have to find something else.
She realized that we didn't tell you about the half-gallon challenge, and I think she wanted a summary of today, and so she wants me to tell it.
Or I can tell it. We were at the Pine Grove Furnace State Park, and there's a tradition that thru hikers typically to commemorate their halfway mark on the Appalachian Trail as they go into the general store and they eat a half-gallon of ice cream. They've made it even more of a challenge by timing themselves, and I don't remember that they tried to eat it within.
They just tried to go for a record. It was written on the wall as to who had the time record for the half-gallon challenge this year.
Yeah, I thought originally they were trying to do it within a certain time period, but I think they just tried to see who can go the fastest. You're right. Yeah. Anyway,
if you do, you get a wooden spoon.
Yeah, this little tiny wooden spoon.
Kind of like the ones you would get inside those old ice cream cups that the ice cream came with this little wooden spoon. It's nothing.
Yeah.
So people will get sick and nauseous eating a half-gallon of ice cream, oftentimes having to hike out afterwards.
One kid did come up to us today too, and said he just ate a half-gallon of ice cream
he felt nauseous and he was lactose intolerant.
Yeah, he said he was mildly lactose intolerant, and so he was
We're just
feeling.
kind of like,
I was like,
okay.
oh, why?
Wha-
So, in a nutshell, for us though, we haven't made it halfway. So the half-gallon challenge really wasn't for us anyway. And even if we had, we wouldn't have done it.
No,
I didn't even have ice cream.
I did. I had an ice cream sandwich, but
Whoa. But so we had some food. We relaxed there, took some pictures that you've already seen, and moved on the way. So we did about 17.3 miles. We're in a camp spot. I don't even remember the name of this place. Had to wander around, try to find water. It wasn't, the spring was all dried up. That was a cause for concern, but we found another place with water. And that's about it. It was a good day.
yeah, we're hoping to get out tomorrow morning early again to just
Excuse me.
beat the heat. And yeah, we're going to try and do, I don't know, close to maybe the same distance, or if not,
We have two
Push-
towns we can go to, so
Yeah.
we can either go 12 or we can go 20
20.
miles.
so we'll see.
And so yeah, we'll see, but we'll get up tomorrow, and tough part of the day will be early on. Tough, I don't know how tough it'll be, but toughest part of the day because early on there'll be some ups and downs, and then it gets to be really flat. I guess we're going to go into a river valley between the towns, and it looks like there's about 20 miles of nothing but flat, which will be odd. So I'm
Yeah.
hoping tomorrow is cool. It's one of the other reasons we're talking about pushing it. The weather reports say that tomorrow is supposed to still be a little bit cool, and so being out in the open, away from the trees, getting beat up by the sun, a cool day would be a good day to be hiking across that. So
Yeah.
that's what we do.
So we'll see what we can do. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Bye.